Holy. What's up, folks? I don't know how long this stream will be for, because I'm sweating like a hog. The AC is broken. It is some of the most hot, humid days of the year. Very cool. I've got the ceiling fan going. There's just no cool air to move around. It's been broken for like 2 days. No, the commentary might be a little special or anything unprompted. I'll be fighting to keep my attention going. But when we last played, Claw Guy was playing around with this kid, and then his kid was bombed, I guess, by something or someone called Sanabi. Our guy's like an ex-general, super soldier or something, I don't know. But the idea is that he's got nothing to lose. He's gonna get revenge. Sanabi's incited, I guess, here in this place. Loosen the jorts, man. I need airflow everywhere. Yeah, it seemed cool so far. It's got a lot more story than I expected, but maybe that'll be easing off a little now. Not that I've like hated the story or anything, but definitely the setup's fine. It's more just kind of interested in where it's going to go with the gameplay. The hook kind of momentum stuff seems neat. I do feel like it probably would work better on like a mouse and keyboard, but we'll see. There's auto aim with this and everything, but I mean you're gonna get a certain amount of precision missed with that. But hopefully we just get some time to really soak in the gameplay. Like the story's alright, but it's like, unless it really starts to shine. I mean, I would say 2/3 of this has been story so far. I've only played like an hour and a half. I've had this out of the fridge for like an hour. It's already... need a rotate. Yeah, mechanics seem cool though. Hopefully they'll feel like I have like a lot of controls we got. I mean, so far I do, but the slow-mo probably helps a bit, but it doesn't seem like they're going for like a Sayonara Mihara Kawase type of difficulty on the swing. It's probably gonna be more about objectives and things getting in the way. And surely the swinging. Turn it up on my end a bit. Music seems good. Well, for killing guys, the auto aim is definitely pretty strong, so. Looking pretty hard. Do we expect to find out his daughter's still alive somehow? In some form or fashion? I don't know if you saw a body. We are playing on the hardest difficulty I can unlock right now as well. Well, it said the only differences are on normal, all of your health regens, and on this difficulty, only half of it regens. Outside of, I assume, checkpoints. So I cannot unlock the true hardest difficulty. Legend or whatever. Okay, we're getting some. I was wondering how they would keep it spicy. So now there's stuff where you kind of have to wait or use it as cover. Already feeling pretty good off the start here. Funny how just a little bit of spin flippy after you go flying off of something with some good momentum can make it feel pretty fancy. Using that time where you're kind of slowing down, going up, and then, you know, starting to pick up momentum coming down is your time to, like, think. Granted, there's the slow-mo, but since I'm always have my kind of thumb on the right stick, I feel like the slow-mo only... Yeah, I feel like it only activates when you let go and restart it, and I always have my finger on it, so I end up not using enough slow-mo, but I think it's more fun that way. I mean, not that slow-mo is not fun on its own, right, but kind of like a Katana Zero, where it's like, in Katana Zero it's pretty fun to try to, like, win with just raw fucking reaction time, even though it's like, you know, the slow mo's kind of the intent. You do a little bit of both. That'll be what it ends up here. Who dat? I'm trying to get this corner. Oh, you can't grapple onto that shit, I think. You gotta get behind him, I see. Oh yeah, there was a button you had to press to like dodge some damage or something too. Goes B. Just the jump button, which you don't really use terribly much. A little bit of claw controls, needing to do jumping and aiming and stuff. Nothing I'm not used to. It's hot, man. Gotta come over here and like a hand fan on me or something. One of those some leaves, big leaves or something. I need that. I need some personal giant leaf people. Cause I want to stream, goddammit. I want to stream. It's not the worst it's ever been. I don't know if I'm just like used to it because I was working outside last couple days. Or because the last vestiges of the AC running have they've been fighting. Not fighting, but I don't know if it's had time to get completely beyond fucked. My hands are soaked. We'll see. The air gets harder to breathe here. Yeah, really. I thought about taking the headset off and doing speakers because it's a little hot under the ears here, but like fucking around. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I might not stream for long. The worst heat I ever had when streaming was when I was playing Humanity. And when you're like that hot, any irritant in a game really pisses you off. Hopefully this game does not end up like that. But I was like, I worked like 12 hours yesterday, sweating like a hog out in the heat. I was like, I wanted to stream today. So, we'll see. Worst case, I mean, I've been sitting around for like 5 hours just sitting here, just staring at the TV. So, worked up the courage to do some shit. Yeah, if I owned like a lawn or patio, it'd probably be cooler. Yeah, the guy who came in, apparently was a different guy. My brother saw the guy from yesterday. This must be like a guy who knows his stuff. Less of a contractor, more of a... Or less of the rank and file, more of like the higher up. That guy was fucking sweating, man. He was an older guy too. You could tell he had very little patience, for good reason. I mean, we were cool. I was nice to him and offered him water and shit. So. But it was just like one of those where even if you're like the nicest person, you're like, you know, probably when you get to a certain age, especially, you're probably like, I'm out here in the fucking 100 degrees in the humidity, just dying. And it's like, so he just told me the AC's broke. So. Which is good. It took him 5 seconds. I don't know what happened yesterday. Apparently I flipped a breaker and everything. I'd forgot where the breaker was because it's my brother's room. I was like, fuck man, I don't know where to... I don't have many breaker troubles. Can I grapple upward? You can't like... You can only like kinda like shorten it if he's like wall climbing for some reason. It's just kind of a little mechanic there just to try to not make you too powerful. You can grapple from about, not anywhere, but he has like a maximum length, so he'll kind of like warp in a bit. Like right there, it's like the length of the chain was not from the ground, it was like halfway up. He streams to forget the pain, pretty much. And the goose streaming form. He's literally me. A little too much juice. Yeah. Like I said, the commentary will be light. Unprompted, at least. The heat has a way of limiting your mental state. Being able to just talk with focus, I guess. You do the dodge thing? Tried doing the B to dodge the damage, but didn't quite work. It might be only like certain types of damage, like a bomb or something. More story. Well, I've been sitting here for hours. Thing is with streaming is I feel like, because especially in a game that's like really hardcore maybe, or like harder, like you get a little bit more tense, you sweat a little bit more. I always get a little hotter when I'm streaming. Computer's awesome where it doesn't put out a whole lot of heat. That's been nice. But yeah, gamer sweats. I'm an actual sweaty. Maybe that's helped compared to last time. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be funny to play something cold themed, winter themed. But I didn't know what, and I didn't want to start too much yet. I did just play the thing. Play something to imagine being cooled down. Saturday morning, they're gonna get a condenser to fix the air. Saturday morning. So, I still have to do Friday, and the rest of today. That's probably about quick as you could hope, really. Maybe it'll lower my fucking AC bill. Because this happens every summer for like the last few years. But this time, the first guy who came in, I guess, just throwing some Freon on it didn't work. No, it's central. But there's the units outside, right? Like, I don't have one in a window, if that's what you mean. Like, it's central cooling. But I guess each apartment must have their own. Because I don't see anybody else bitching. And I would imagine my neighbors would be bitching way harder than I would. Yeah, it must be. It's like behind it. I haven't walked back there because you really have to get in between some of the fence shit. Maybe I will one of these days. Yeah, usually what happens is some underpaid guy just he goes out there and he's like, yeah, I just threw some Freon on or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, alright, cool. And then the AC never can keep up when it's over like 85 degrees, but like it's at least enough to fight it. But this time they came out, somebody said they fixed the fan. And then that very night I'm sitting here like, this feels like shit. And my brother gets home and he's like, what the fuck, this feels horrible. And I just kind of got used to it, I guess. Not in a good way, but... So now I think they sent somebody out to do some shit and they said, yeah, it just doesn't hold pressure and that it would trip the breaker. I'm like, awesome. So I wonder if it's actually been on the downturn for years. It'd be nice if it just worked really well this time and I didn't have to run it all day and night. Yeah, I mean, they go quick. Like, they call people instantly, like, and then usually have somebody out that day. But the problem is, I feel like the people they contract to, or maybe the higher up management don't want to do too much, so... It's like with complaining about your internet. You get the low end solves first, and then you get the actual shit, right? I think it was good that this guy was like super hot and tired, because he was like, no bullshit. He's like, yeah, this thing fucking sucks. And I'm just gonna tell them to get a new one. I'm like, awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's old. I mean, Freon, wasn't that banned like 5 years ago or some shit? Only for stuff that's old enough. And I mean, it's probably older than that. If we moved out of this, they'd probably renovate a lot of it, but we've been here forever. Oh, really? That makes sense then. Yeah. Maybe because I was nice to him too. I got a little sympathy. He's not gonna actually drag his feet too much. I got a pretty good relation with the management here, I'd say. But I mean, they're owned and operated by somebody else. So. It just happens to be the hottest time of the year, so I feel like some actual sympathy from a human is probably a little higher right now. So that's good. Hopefully they can come out and fix it proper. They sent out a general email about, this is separate, about people leaving like junker cars in the parking lot and shit. And it's targeted towards a particular car that they've already like towed, but it's probably just a warning. But I have a work car, and then I have the car that I used to drive, and it's been sitting there for a really long time. So I've got to go out there and I've got to jump that with my brother at some point when he's back and move it a few spots. I mean, it's not like they can do anything. I keep up the license plate and the insurance and all that, but it is broken. I wouldn't take it out and drive it far, but they don't need to know that. Bad timing. The car looks good though, so I don't think anybody would know, but you always wonder if some fucking old grandma who lives here or something like notices my car never moves, because it is in a primo spot. I was moving it every couple weeks and I would just charge the battery and just run it for like an hour, and then I was busy so I didn't, and then now the battery's dead. But oh, like, I just don't have the money to fix it and I don't need it because I don't drive anywhere except for with the work car. But I'm like, I don't want to just like sell it because it's broke anyways. I don't want to tow it and then find out what's wrong with it and tow it again. It's just like, so I'm just kind of, it's just kind of there. Yeah. I mean, it's just a parking spot. There's plenty of them, but well, there's not plenty, but I do want to move it to a shittier spot so that I can avoid that. But bad time with the heat for sure, because I think I got the patience right now. And some new person came by and the fucking Mustang is just sitting there in the spot next to him. Oh my god, I need to be in that spot. I'm not gonna take a handicap spot to jump this thing, because somebody does use it here. But no, it's like one of those where like you see the police and you feel paranoid even though you've done nothing wrong, right? It's like my car looks totally fine. There's a little like dirt buildup under the tires, but yeah, I need to move it. I mean, I surely not on the shit list if they're getting that condenser out by Saturday. That's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, oh. Whew. No, I mean, what I want to do is honestly get it towed just to my parents' place. They've got a horrible one of those like hill driveways that you can't park anything on with like twists and turns, but might be able to just kind of sit it in the cul-de-sac, and they want to tinker or just have it be there. That might be the temporary option. I just don't have the money, the desire to like spend. I've already spent thousands and thousands fixing it, and then it just breaks like 2 weeks later. I'm just like, I just don't have it in me. But that's like the emergency. If they're like, want you to move it, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy a storage facility. Yeah, that's possible. It's a fucking weird hill though. It's so bad. I wish it was like a normal driveway, because then you could just park it there. Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, if I fixed it a bit more, like it probably would be fine. I mean, it's got like a lot of miles on it, but like no more than some cars that go for like 3 or 4 times that. I don't treat it like shit. I just don't drive it a shitload even when I drove it. And then it's like, but I've put so much money into it. It's like, I couldn't, if I try to sell it as is, it'd probably sell for scrap because it is not working unless somebody knew their shit. And then I'd get probably conned because I wouldn't know that there's like a $300 fix, but they would, so I would end up losing a bunch on it. And, you know, if I don't end up having a work car in the future, it's like, well, I need something. So it's like, it kind of just sits there. I just kick the can until something happens. So, exactly. Too much hassle to fix, too valuable to check. If it was like some junker I got for 500, it'd be one thing. But I mean, I hate it. I think it's a piece of shit that never should have been purchased. But I mean, it is the car. My first car. Yeah. On the mind. Oh yeah, I feel ya. I mean, I don't buy much stuff willy-nilly, so I am a little bit more hesitant to let stuff go. Because my thing is, like, I so rarely go out and drive if it isn't for work. Because if we do, I'm usually going out with you with my brother, and we just take his at most. So, like, I only need it to work a bit, right? Like, it doesn't need to take me 10,000 miles a week. But it's like, every time I say that, it breaks. After, like hundreds of miles or something. I'm just like, what is going on, man? So this last time, I was just like, I'm very lucky that I have a work car right now. I'm like, that's enough for me. I wish I could just do public transit, yeah, and take like a bike to places. There's kind of public transit here, but it's not very good, and the bike ability, I mean, technically I could bike, but I mean, you'd be one of those guys where everybody has to swerve around you, and I'm not in the business of getting killed or being another hated biker. But even then, I'd have to get rid of it somehow. Shit, I've never sold anything on like the open markets. I'll probably get wrecked. So it's like I'd rather just kind of move it until I can figure out the damage and then make a decision. 10 years to toss, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what'll end up happening with this one unless somehow... For some reason I wouldn't be able to keep doing this job. But, I mean, it's just me and my buddy who work it, so... See why not, but... I mean, it's America. It's good to have your own whip. Thing is, like, I originally it was so broke because I was using it for work, and I did have to drive quite a bit. But now, as a casual one, I was like, oh, good, I won't have to put wear on it, but it's just same problems. So the problem with it right now, and I mean, maybe who knows when I jump it what'll happen, but the problem with it right now is that when you turn sharp enough, it just kind of like stops. Like the more you turn, the more the car just kind of stops moving. The engine doesn't like cut out, but it just doesn't like connect to the wheels or something. I don't know. That's the latest problem. I don't know. I called somebody. Yeah, it's not a small bug. Which is what I worry about. Is like, because I've already spent a bunch, and my brother helped, and I've paid him back quite a bit. It's just like, I don't want to do that again. I don't like, oh, and especially for something I don't use, so. Because I'd already put many thousands to it. I'm just like, alright. This does not seem like a, the AC's broken in my car problem, right? Like, I don't know what that would be. It is a car that is not cheap to fix, which is why I hate it. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, but I mean, it's like I want to bring it in and see what the problem is, right? But then that's like, what, $100+ to get it to the place. 100, 200 bucks to get it checked, assuming they're even good, another 100 to take it out or do the fix. And it's just like, I don't have that money. And it's like, why? So that it can sit there and not be driven, you know? Like, I don't know why I'm rambling so much about the car thing here, but like I said, the heat, it brings out the funky combos. But yeah, I mean, it sounds rough to start, but that's just because it doesn't get started often. I'm hoping that the jump actually starts up. I'll just try to run it here and there and find some place to just put the damn thing. So if I won the lottery or something, I would get it checked and fixed just to have a personal car. I don't want to. It's not what the work car is for, and I don't want to abuse it in that way. So, especially since it's just me and my buddies thing. Luckily, I'm not the kind of person that needs to go out and drive a lot. Yeah, I'm not a big car guy. I have very little desire for cars as like anything other than just a fucking tool, which is... So I get pretty annoyed by it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is like last time I got it checked, you know, there were some things that probably needed like a little tuning or something. You know, some fluids that were here and there, you know. But for the most part, it was just like, oh, you know, these could be a problem in like a billion years or something. But honestly, like I fixed all the really bad things, got it home fine. But I think honestly, the people I took it to expected, underrepresented, either because they're shit or pieces of shit. A problem, yeah. Because I mean, it was pretty much every 1,000 miles I'd have something break. Like, all right, man, awesome. I mean, my car does sit outside, which doesn't help, I'm sure, but yeah, I'd be worried when I start it up at the home for like squirrels at this point. I think there's like a fucking wasp nest in it. So when I walk by it, there's like a wasp here and there. I'm just like, oh god. Yeah. That's my thing. I was gonna take it around, like just like around the block. But I was like, I don't even know if I should do that. I think I'm gonna turn it on, rev it a little bit, move it to a different parking spot, which is usually kind of a pain, but you know, whatever. Just let it chill. I called some guy about it because I was gonna see if he had an opening, but he's kind of an asshole. But he said something about it being I already forgot what it was. Seemed like something known, but oh, he was an asshole because I was calling him when he was out of town, and I'm like, well, this is the hours your business is open, bro. Maybe you should get like a secretary. Like an idiot. Like, yeah, like I keep up with your fucking vacation time, bro. But I did seem to know what he was talking about, so I thought about going back. But honestly, it's like, that's not the dope. Yeah, the differential, I think was the front one or something. Or maybe I've just heard that phrase too much. It's been like half a year, 8 months almost since I think I've heard him say it, and you know, we were in the middle of, he was just like spitballing it as like a possibility, so I wasn't thinking too much about it. I wasn't asking him specifically to figure it out on the call. It was just kind of like, Something I'm sure every time I'm like, oh, I hope it's just a cheap fix. It's like not a cheap fix. No. And I've just grown to accept that I have zero luck with car repairs. And always to expect the worst and everything. That's usually the case. So that's the wheel spin at different speeds since the in and out is to relax when turning. Yeah. And I don't know if that's just like slipped completely or it's just broken. But yeah, when I turn, it's like the more I turn, the more it just kind of like gives out and gas just won't do anything. You can turn a little bit, but it's got to be very light. Although I wonder if it would be getting worse the more I did that, but I mean, no choice I got on that. Like I gotta move it a little bit, just to fucking, otherwise it's gonna have even more problems. As I'm not taking it anywhere crazy or moving it super far. Or yeah, and I don't know how much something like that costs to repeat. I don't even know how that would happen. I mean, I had some like kind of rusty-ish ball bearings in some like somewhere down there, but I'm like, I don't know if it even has anything to do with like ball bearings and shit. Ugh. Yeah, so it's like, and I mean that's what they prey on too, which is what I worry about. I'm like, get fucking totaled. Like if I needed it, I would do it, or scrap it and find like a $2,000 car that probably would work fucking better. But it's like I just don't. I don't need it. I mean, it's just sitting there. Alright, I'll be right back. Appreciate the convo. I need to air out shirt and swap drinks. to swap shirts. I happen to have 2 shirts with the exact same thing on them somehow. That happened. 2 Cowboy Bebop shirts. Turn up the fan a bit. See, the worst thing is having to put my back against this chair. Like, if I could just stand and just, like, pivot around, I'd be fine. Well, not, I mean, it'd be better, but it's having your back pressed against, like, the shirt on a fucking chair. Sorry, if it's, the audio gets weird because the fan's a little higher, just let me know. Down here, okay. I mean, I could do some more work and just go out and work. I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, anything's better probably, but I don't need to be doing any work. There's not much to be doing. Yeah, I might have one somewhere. This just happens to be the time also where none of my shit's washed. I have like a few clean shirts, and frankly the last thing I need is to be running fucking my fucking water, my washer and dryer for hours to add some fucking heat and humidity to the air. Oh really? I might have one of those really light ones. This is like it's not a shitty shirt, but it's like one of those like thick, kinda like not made for flow kind of shirts. I'm about to pull something out of the dirties, man, just to wear that. Right now I'm just swapping shirts. Yeah, I think I have those. I don't know. I don't like the material of the one I have. It's like very thin, almost like a silkiness. Not silky, but hard to describe it. But it is light. Gross, yeah. Yeah. Where it's kind of like a little stretchy, right? Like this has like no stretch, but that one's like kind of stretchy. Like I said, I don't like when I'm just sitting like this, it's not a big deal, or just standing, but it's like when your back's to like, especially for a seat like this, that's like, you know, more felt and shit. Luckily with the footrest, my legs are just in the air. It's surprisingly not like the worst. I mean, it's not great. And it's only gonna get worse over the next couple hours, but What I'd worry about is the sleep. Being out in this for like 12 hours yesterday, I feel like I got like a tolerance. Yeah, naked. Yeah, that sounds like a good way to get fucking banned on stream. You know, I think even if I went shirtless, it would be, God, I'd be sticking to this fucking chair. It'd be horrible. But yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was just in the briefs, boxer briefs last night. Nothing, no blanket on, or not just boom. And tonight's gonna be way worse. I'm running the AC right now. He didn't say I couldn't. He just said it sucked and it wouldn't. It could trip something, but like, I'm like, I'm gonna run it and see if I can squeeze a little bit of that little power out of it, just a little bit, and then I'll turn it off in like an hour and see if that'll get me through the worst of the day. But yeah, this is one of those days where I wish I actually was working again. I did too much yesterday. Don't turn it off while the condenser's running. I mean, I don't know what's going on out there. He didn't say anything, he just said some of it sucked and they're gonna get a replacement. I'm like, even if it was putting out just dog shit, it'd be fine. Yeah, it's outside. But then again, that guy was dying as well, so he probably didn't exactly want to stay to give me the rundown. Like, so I'm gonna run it for like 30 minutes and stop. You could tell something was weird because there's like a buzzing last night. I was mentioning it during the Liza P stream. I will say, if anybody is jacked into this game story, or is watching this on like fucking YouTube, or God forbid here, I'm sorry. This is the car AC stream right now. I mean, I'm not like too jacked into the story anyways, but it's alright. You see my office is busted as well. Fuck. I mean, even in Finland, I mean, it was still like in the 80s when I was up there. The nice thing up there is it was a dry heat. But the thing is, like, being inside's way worse. Like, my room is like a good 5 to 10 degrees worse than the living room, which is worse than outside, probably outside direct sunlight. Hopefully it's working. Yeah, they're fixing ours pretty quick. I gotta order the part, I think, but still a couple days in the heat bulb area. Not my favorite. I can handle it when I'm awake, but God, trying to sleep so bad. Like, I slept like 4 hours before I worked that 12-hour shift yesterday. Yeah, we might come over. We'll see. I gotta find out what the brother's up to. Might come tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Or tonight. He works so late. It's fine right now. I mean, this is like the worst time of day. Luckily... Oh, it hadn't updated. I was gonna say, it's luckily not as bad as yesterday. Then it like updates, it's like 94 with the heat advisory till 8 p.m. Whatever. Yeah, the nighttime. Usually, because this kind of happens every year, it's like, it starts feeling good at like 8 or 9. But it's not the worst it's ever been. The worst I've ever had it was I couldn't even stream. I couldn't focus. It's like one of those like heat where you can't even think kind of heat. It's okay. I honestly think there's a little juice left, or this fan's working overtime. I don't know. Iowa was bad because that house was so fucking old. Some wonky ass central everything. There's one of those old houses for context that you know, where there's like a crack in everything type of deal, right? So poor insulation and shit. This apartment complex, I don't know how old it is. I would say the insulation's pretty good, but probably a little too good for the heat. It's like once it finally heats up, you're fucked, but it's alright. How common, I didn't get to really ask when I was in Finland, but is it growing at all? People getting like central cooling or anything like that? I mean, there's just not like probably like a great reason when there's only like a certain amount of time every year that's like hot, but I imagine it's kind of just up to the person to buy like a unit, like a window unit or like a fucking ceiling unit or something like in Japan. The smaller ones, yeah. It'd be like here with heating. Like we have central heating and all that, but I don't turn it on usually to save a buck. Or I used to have like a standing heater, like offices do. Yeah. I've been barely paying attention to what the story is. I probably should. 3 million people have disappeared. Some mystery with something, I don't know. I don't know if there's a log. What is this? Do we need to take control of the crusher to use it? Or are we trying to stop it? This cyberpunk dystopian hellhole that uses giant worms to redevelop the ground. Would that be the most efficient way to destroy buildings and infrastructure? Would you blow up the roads and everything too? You'd have to really have a quick way to redevelop to essentially just have like a quick insta destruction device actually be viable. But who cares? Am I gonna be getting quizzed on this? Okay, back to game. Has anybody here even heard of this game? This game has a surprisingly high amount of reviews. So it must have made the rounds at some point. I had not heard of it till recently. It's pretty fun. The story's alright, there's a lot of it. I can't say I'm like super jacked in, but the actual flipping around and stuff seems neat. They can keep kind of adding like more complications and difficulty to the obstacles and stuff. When you're just like teleporting to guys and flipping, it's a good time, but I could see it not really staying spicy enough since it's pretty easy to just kind of like teleport around. Like these guys, it's like you have to get on a certain side, so that helps. And the part earlier where you had to kind of like use the environment to kind of like shield yourself. More of that'll be good. I think it's supposed to be like a 10-hour game or something. Also, I've been disconnecting from the chat constantly, so if anybody has said anything in the last 10 minutes, I probably have not seen it. Good. I definitely see why this game has a speedrun mode right on the front. I am playing this on the Switch 2, but this is not a Switch 2 like really centric game. The Switch 1 game, but it's also on PC. This game's like what, 5-6 years old. Let me see. It's just cheaper for me to rent it on consoles. The only Switch 2 centric game I have right now is Mario Kart World. I don't have the money for Donkey Kong. I'm just gonna rent that. When did this game come out? This game came out November 8, 2023. I guess it's not that old, but you're not really. I don't think this would be the kind of game where you get actually better performance or anything on the Switch 2. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a little bit, but it being a pretty like low fidelity kind of indie. Like Switch 1 games have just like a default better performance on the Switch 2 a bit, but I think that's more for reaching target. Probably target frame rates and stuff, and visuals. I imagine this game probably could hit its targets on the Switch 1 fine, and since this isn't an actual Switch 2 version, this is backwards compatible Switch 1. They probably don't have any like special stuff for the Switch 2. There's some games that have come out that do have special shit for the Switch 2, like Cyberpunk has mouse support because there's like a mouse thing on Switch 2. Kirby game came out recently that has like new DLC, and some Zelda games that have some like higher performance and visuals that originally weren't intended because we gotta pay extra for it. I would say, unless you're an enthusiast, I paid $500 with the bundle. Scalpers and certain companies that do like crazy bundles will try to get it up to that like $1,200. I mean, obviously I would never buy something from a scalper. $1,200, I would not, no way. I think $500 is a little much, but if you don't have a Switch and you're looking to get into mobile gaming, something to like, because I never take it out. I mean, technically the Switch, you take it out and you walk around with it in your hand. I don't think if you have anything like that and you want something like that, then you get to play all the Switch 1 games, all the stuff on the shop, then it's probably worth it. I mean, I would definitely get a Switch 2 over a 1 at this point. But if you're just gonna, like, if you already have a Switch 1 and you're just gonna like play it for the new games, not worth it. Not yet. I'm just like super jacked into video games and like talking about them, and I think they're gonna be sold out this holiday season. So I figure I might as well get one while I got the dough and play the new stuff. There's just not enough exclusives coming out. Right now, the only exclusives that are worth the shit are Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. And the only other ones coming out this year are Kirby Air Riders, which, I mean, that's another racing game that might not even be good. Like Metroid Prime 4 Switch 2 Edition. So it's like, yeah. I mean, if you didn't have a Switch at all, and you just wanted something easy to get into, it's probably worth it. I don't know how Steam Decks are, so Valve, the company that kind of, you know, runs PC, the biggest PC shop, digital shop, has like the Steam Deck, which is another handheld, but I think at this point, I'd imagine the Switch 2 would edge out, maybe performance-wise on a Steam Deck, but you get a lot more freedom with the Steam Deck. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking to get into the Switch ecosystem, yeah, I mean, if you're looking to get into the Switch ecosystem, I would say it's worth it for that. But I think for anybody who already owns a Switch 1, unless you're wanting a performance upgrade on a specific few games, I would not say it's worth it yet. It just depends on what you're into. No, I like talking about it. And I haven't really done enough actual playing of like new Switch 2 stuff yet to really discuss it. Like this game might as well not be a Switch 2 game, right? This one right here, Mario Kart, is the only one. But yeah, so I guess the bottom line is, if you're not in the Nintendo Switch ecosystem, it's worth it if you you want to play all sorts of shit. If you already own a Switch 1 and you only care about the games, there's not many choices right now. It's a pretty weak lineup, but it will be a good lineup over time. And for me, it's better to get into it now. I've heard the Donkey Kong game that came out is actually really fucking good, so that'll be cool, but I just don't want it to be sold out for a year, so I got it now. So that when stuff does start coming out over the next year, I'll have it ready. Yeah. Yeah, they're phasing out a lot of old Windows OSs and stuff. I think Steam... does anybody know if Steam's phased out support for anything below Windows 10? I know some MMOs like FF14, Final Fantasy 14 are getting rid of Windows 10 compatibility soon. Yeah, and then so yeah, some of the hardware requirements for sure. It's rough. I have Windows 11. I'm not a big fan, but I mean, you kind of just have to play ball. So I got some text here. Yeah, I mean a good laptop is gonna get you that kind of portable gaming experience enough. I mean, obviously with the Switch, I could take it out. Well, I mean, you guys have seen what a Switch looks like. When you get pretty good options for portability, better than like a laptop, but it's not as powerful as a good laptop. But it's probably more affordable if you just wanted to play games portably to get like a Switch for 500 than or 450s without the game. And probably a full-on laptop. I don't know if Nintendo sells them at a loss. So a lot of consoles will be sold at a loss to get you in the ecosystem because they make like a 30%. I think Sony gets a 30% cut of all game sales. And then obviously stuff like Nintendo first party and shit. So yeah, what's up, Radless? We're talking about the how worth the Switch 2 is. And I was kind of just it kind of just depends, right? Nintendo doesn't sell at a loss. Yeah, I didn't think they did. I always thought that was more like a Sony Microsoft thing. But I don't know how much profit they do sell on. I mean, Switch 2 has been so far the highest, most quickest selling fucking system. Granted, video games always, I mean, it's bigger than it's ever been. Although a lot of people say it's hit saturation point when it comes to like the mass markets. Which doesn't matter as much for me because I'm interested in a lot of indie in the games and all that anyways. I don't need my grandma to be able to play a video game. But I mean, the health of the industry is important still. Tariffs and stuff. Yeah, that could be. Nintendo's not sold console lost since GameCube. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah. I haven't had enough experience playing the first party stuff so far. But I mean, it's one of those things like I Switch 2 is definitely not like a new spicy experience. It's really just kind of like a upgrade on the Switch 1. It's like I said, if you're not in the ecosystem yet and like you want to have a portable console, it's a good option. Nintendo doesn't have the best sales, so it's not the cheapest software option, but might be Steam Deck is the best for that. I think if you have a big Switch 1 library, I would say Switch 2 is not worth it yet. Maybe in a year. Dreamcast is awesome. I've played we did some Dreamcast stuff not that long ago. Not on the hardware. I would like to roll. I have it in there. I'd like to roll it over here and plug it in. I need to get some more stuff. It's funny as you get more and more into the future, it's actually harder to play some of these old systems because the TVs don't run it, so you need like adapters and all sorts of shit. And it doesn't look right because, you know, I'm rocking like a fucking, you know, high resolution screen here. But I have capture cards and stuff for it. You can't use the light guns anymore. I remember we would always use those on House of the Dead 2. I played Typing of the Dead 2 recently, which is a House of the 2 typing version. But you can't use them because the guns are, I think they read, what was it? The light guns read like the lights inside of the old, is it something with the Braun tubes or something? I don't remember exactly. Anyways, the way light is like produced on new screens versus old screens, like those were made to like read that kind of light, and so I can't use that anymore. But yeah, there was a really cool TV that we used to use that I think got given away. It's probably worth a ton to a collector nowadays, but yeah, it was like one of those, yeah, like 300-pound things. Yeah. House of the Dead, I think they've been doing remakes of them recently. Nothing's quite as good as the old cheese of House of the Dead 2, though. Junked it, yeah. So, I don't know, to be able to actually play some of that's kind of a bitch, but I would like to play more on the Dreamcast hardware. I think I did. Oh, I did. That's what I did recently. I played Sonic Adventure 1 on the original Dreamcast recently. But honestly, these days it's almost easier to play your Dreamcast through PC with emulation. It's kind of funny that we're at that point. But I don't know. I always want to preserve all that stuff, and I don't have a lot of space to like put it in like nice glass boxes and have like, you know, switchers for all the analog inputs and stuff, but it would still be nice to kind of have that sort of setup. Yeah, the up-res boxes was like proper, I mean, they're like what, almost $2,000 or some shit. And it's like, we don't have a very huge catalog of like stuff like Dreamcast and all that, but I mean, I have a lot of N64 and GameCube, and if I was a rich man, maybe I would collect even older stuff, but it just doesn't make sense for my money. But it would be cool. Yeah, it would be neat to have like a nice setup where you've got like the up-res boxes with all the switchers and nice like temperature control, no dust kind of environments where you kind of get a play with it. But even then, I mean, some of these old things, like old Game Boy games and all that, I mean, those things have like batteries that go eventually. So I don't know enough about the inner workings to tinker, so you'd have to find specialists, which would be even more expensive to handle some of that. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this tonight. I was really hoping to like finish this and send it out, but because of the AC breaking way later tonight, I might actually leave the apartment for a day or two. We'll see. Maybe I'll bring that book. So I read through my first Stephen King book recently, Salem's Lot. I was gonna read another one. This might be an opportunity. It was a Rose Madder. I don't think it's a popular one. I don't even know if Stephen King likes it. I was like, fuck it, I'll try it, man. Try your popular ones and one of your obscure ones. It was good reading something. I used to read a shitload. And I mean, I still read a lot, but more stuff that I can read on stream and shit. Like VMs. Yeah, I've talked about those stand-ups on the stream. Cause I'll play some older stuff like that. I just played a game recently that did a spoof on asteroids. But those were a lot of fun. I've thought about doing bad dudes on the stream. It'd be cute to have like the actual machines, but yeah, those are tough to probably fix up as well. We went to a really cool arcade in Finland called why can't I remember it? Maybe the heat's getting to me. It was Sugoi. I was about to say Suomi. I'm like, well, that's not right. They had a lot of really cool old stuff as well. Yeah. The oldies are fun. Yeah, Bad Dudes is funny. Cheesy but fun. And some Dark Tide again with that new class. Was it the dog class? What was it? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, I mean it's typical fat shark bullshit where it's like they've got a bunch of issues for the first year or so and then it ends up pretty good. I liked Dark Tide on release. I obviously probably like it more a month after release, but and I don't like the microtransaction shit, but I just had fun having like being in that atmosphere, that world, the fucking chaos of just like 10 bazillion dudes running at you, and the music. What's his name? That was the biggest thing for me. I'm a real big fan of that guy's music. Dark Tide composer. Jesper Kyd, yeah. Jesper Kid? He's awesome. So I've thought about jumping back in. I'm not sure if it's still on Game Pass though. You can double mark an enemy and the dog CCs it, which is very nice. Yeah, I played the Psyker, which was like, you know, the wizard. And it's probably very different at this point. Wouldn't mind trying it again. Let me see if it still is on Game Pass. That'd be fun. Why was thawing out some stuff. You're not supposed to refreeze stuff you thawed out, but I'm thawing it out in the fridge. Can I refreeze it? I don't do a lot of cooking. I was thawing some beef, but like I'm not going to be able to use it if I'm leaving tomorrow. It hasn't been like room temp. But like I have food, we already got today, and then I have food from a Chinese place for tonight or tomorrow. So it's like I'm not gonna be able to make the burgers, and that Chinese will not survive. I'm like, I want to kind of refreeze the patties, but I don't know if you're supposed to. Well, I just don't want to waste it. Let me Google it. I'm sure Google wouldn't lie to me. Beef fridge thaw. Okay, as long as it's been thawed in the refrigerator. As long as it's been thawed in a refrigerator, you can apparently refreeze it. I'm gonna go put it in the freezer real quick. Be right back. And then I'll eat the Chinese food later. Picked some at work up yesterday. I went through the campaign, might move on to some Vermintide tier, play a bit more, max the class. I maxed Psyker when I was playing it, but it was very quick to do, and I think they've remade all the talent trees. Yeah, I would like to play Vermintide. Oh yeah, I was gonna see if Darktide was still on Game Pass. Let me see. They're actual talent trees now? Okay. Yeah, it is on Game Pass still. I'm gonna install it. Maybe I'll run through it. But there's been a lot of cool stuff coming out that I want to dig into. I was gonna play Abiotic Factor, because that looked really neat. And like Hello Neighbor and all that kind of shit. It's not Hello Neighbor, what is it called? Different name. Not Hello Neighbor's My Friendly Neighborhood, my bad. Hello Neighbor's a piece of shit by fucking Chuckle Fox or Tinyville or whatever. You can say the game's good. Yeah, like I said, I liked it before, but I mean, Fat Shard had a lot of issues. How have they changed the microtransactions at all? I mean, if there's weapon customization, let's not be too bad. Because before it was like you essentially got like one weapon, and then you just sat there and like waited for the lottery to try to get like a better one or another one, and like that was all there was for gear. Okay. Just skins? Okay, yeah, there was some pay to win, like lottery shit, I think. That's good. Cool. Yeah, I might do some rounds at some point. Wouldn't hate playing a shooter. That shirt I was talking about, it is actually clean. It was the only other clean shirt I have. I'm gonna wear that. Shirt swap. Third shirt of the day. Ooh. Like the worst stream ever for the integrity of this game story. Almost every conversation in this these cutscenes, I'm just talking about something else. Crafting your weapons is cool. Because the problem with Psyker was to have certain spells, you needed certain weapons, but the chance of getting one with the right stats was like so shit and so tied to like a lottery thing. And a time gate that like you wouldn't realistically use some of the spells and shit. Whew, man, my room is so much worse than this is gonna be his like pseudo daughter essentially. What happens with master? Just stats or oh, customization options. That's fine. Well, wait. Is the customization stuff, is it stats or just visuals? Oh, there's stats, okay. Be writing now. It's not daughter. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering if it'd be a little too much. Or just something fun to work towards than not allowing you to play with other shit. Being able to get the basics quickly and then just choose what you want to master is a lot better than not even being able to get the basics. So. Oh, really? It's not like a Diablo or something where you can just like shit out like a bunch of weapons, is it? Like how significant is the weapon sacrificing? I'm guessing it's not like 1-to-1 in XP, so you can just like weapon swap whenever, but not too significant. Okay. Or they want me to read this shit as I'm running around? Ain't gonna happen. Oh, there's weapon rarities too. So do you work up to the weapon rarities, or is there some kind of chance in that still? They've really done a lot of changing. It'd be cool since I played on release to see that difference. Oh, okay, rarity. Not levels. I have to wait for this thing. You get random weapon drops from missions. Okay. Could you trade them to your characters too? Oh really? So you would just use like a trade weapons you don't like, or classes you don't need or something. Unless it's like set per class. But currency shared. Okay. Gotta slow down a bit here. Yeah, they had the vendor purchase like grays in the original, but I don't think. Well, everything was vendor purchased in the original. You would try to like get a random vendor one that was good, and if you didn't have a vendor one, that was kind of just a. If I remember right. I think there was some kind of upgrading. I don't remember exactly. I didn't get into a lot of it. There was a lot of features that just weren't even in the game that they were like, hey, this will be out soon or something, like weapon upgrading, I think. Okay, so I mean, if it's that quick to level it up, then it feels like you'd want to just buy what you want to use and then rock it. Or is there like Diablo type of shit, like where they have different like sub stats, so that you'd want to keep retrying over and over, like, you know, plus crit on this one or plus hit, that type of shit, right? Okay. So there is some kind of randomness. I was like, how did they get you to like keep grinding past the... character maxed. Which, I mean, maybe they don't want you to, but most things with some kind of, like, microtransaction want you to play forever. I'll give you at least a goal forever. Okay, so there is like some randomized base stuff. Small enough where people could min-max the fuck out of it forever, but not so significant that you feel like you're getting robbed. Yeah, I might do some rounds though. I guess I could restart on Steam. I think my brother bought it, so I could do a Steam family thing, but I'd like to jump into the profile I already had. So I probably won't do like that much. I think I have Vermintide 2 on Steam though. Be worth doing. All 80 and 160. Okay. I'm guessing each class has a stat that they don't need, and that would be the 60. Yeah, dump step. Wonder what the chances are of getting that. Probably pretty low. Bizarre. Was there ever people here to begin with? Even then, yeah. Have they added like new missions since launch? Not just like modifiers, but like entirely new maps? Really? At least a few. That was a problem by the end of the grind for me was... I don't even know that game, sure. Let me take a quick peek. Elmo's Letter Adventure. And this game seems peak. N64. Let's see a little video of it, huh? A long play and it's 20 minutes. Shit, dude, I should play this. There's your nice thing. That a game that's probably shit's only 20 minutes. Alright, what is this game? I mean, Elmo's pretty base. That's nice. That's an underhand. That's like a backhanded kind of compliment, though. I bet you guys can't. You just swimming the whole game? Yeah, this game seems horrible. Cake. Hey, yo, this fucking like this buggy is pretty cool. There's something nice. I don't know, man, I'm reaching here. Like a space level. That's cool. The Rainbow Road sucks ass compared to Elmo's letter adventure here. Yeah, this is like bargain bin, like, yeah. Like, oh, you like those video games, right, kid? And they find it in the bargain bin, and it's like, you know, like $2. Like, you appreciate the gesture, but it's fucking, like, rancid. It's probably killing more brain cells than you're, like, gaining. Why is there a path if you could just go everywhere? What the fuck happened to the sun? That's like a lumpy ass sun, dude. This feels like one of those games that would be in one of those like cursed, forbidden N64 like meme things. Where, like Big Bird's gonna start talking to you about like your social security and your loan and your family and bleeding out of his eyes and shit. This looks really bad, dude. Like, jokes aside.
That orchard. Just bounce up to the trees and the word.
Did this person just stop playing, or is this an actual long play? Maybe they just quit. I kind of want to like play a bunch of like obscure cursed shit like that. I was gonna do that reality TV event at some point, where I just play like reality TV adapted video games, like fucking like Duck Dynasty or like Mythbusters, but I don't think Sesame Street's a reality TV. 6 zones, multiple routes for different missions. Okay. Carnival's released sometime after. That'd be cool to play the new stuff though. Probably got new music too. I'd have to get the soundtrack again. The Sanabi stocks are plummeting right now. I like the combo, man. Some games you'll go and there's no combo. Wolfen. Quite a bit of story in this game. The fate of a game nobody has talking. It's fun. And I mean, they're definitely trying to do stuff with the story. I think the dialogue's a little stiff or goofy sometimes, but I mean, I get what they're going for. Cool guy's lost it all, goes to some dystopian city where there's a big mystery as to even, you know, the foundation of the whole thing. Gets like the fucking, I was a surrogate daughter here, but stand-in daughter. The hooking and like all the flying around's fun. We'll see if they push it to the limit. But yeah, it's one of those where it's like I'm kind of not super jacked in the story, so very easy for me to just like look away and look back, and then I've broken the pacing. 80-hour JRPG. Holy fuck, dude. It'd be cool to have like a Streets of Rage, but it's like Sesame Street. Streets of Sesame. And you just pick like different Sesame Street characters and then beat people's asses. Boss. Okay. Oh, he's got new moves. I'd have to like push it in a bit. Combo, she says. Happy Feet would be proud. Man, we got Smash Bros. Melee memes in here. That's my kind of dialogue, bro. Said nobody ever. I see memes in the script. I kind of die a little on the inside, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta be very careful slapping a meme in your fucking game here. Oops. Trying to spam to get to that. Sometimes you can warp through shit, sometimes you kind of can't. And I also think the auto-targeting will kind of go for the platform over his mouse, depending on your angle, but... Okay, now you can't. Just play a little more careful. Oh, that just kind of disappeared. See, I gotta work there, even though that line was bad. Weird, man. So I could do it there too. Weird. Maybe it was a auto-targeting problem. Look great. We're gonna do some epic shenanigans. Is he doing smacking it? How do I have to spam? What are we doing, man? What is smacking the edge of it gonna do? I don't know how that happened, but alright. So be it. So be it. That Sesame Street game made me start thinking, I wonder if we could play, that's another idea for an event, like old kids cartoon adaptation type. There's like those old cursed Rugrats games that look like they're also from like some kind of, that would be in some kind of like modern horror thing. The cursed N64 game I found in the garage sale thing. We had one of those. We had the Rugrats like Mario Party ripoff. But there's some I think where they're like adventure games or like we actually run around. Oh yeah. And dozing off about his daughter. Many. Ay, ay, ay. Who's here? Obviously it's connected though. But who knows? What the fuck am I looking at? Fucking Musk. Not Elon. Oh, Jesus. This didn't age well. Probably shouldn't put people in your game either that are based on real people if you're not. I mean, I guess they're shitting on it. Very, all the memes and stuff like that are very, they fucking rip you right out of it. Well, Dexter's a good dog. He's probably confused as hell. A nice background. Yeah, some Blade Runner vibes. I'm sure this is pulling from all kinds of cyberpunk dystopian future shit. That Blade Runner game remake ever come out? I played the game, the adventure game. It was good. Not quite the tone of Blade Runner, but everything else. Thought they were doing a remaster of it. I don't know if that ever came out. Enhanced edition. Oh, it did a while back. I thought was there another remake? I don't know if it's a good remake though. Good adventure game, for sure. Doesn't quite have that dreamy vibe that Blade Runner has, but it's probably the most, other than 2049, the most like actual Blade Runner-y looking thing ever, because I mean it is literally like, it happens alongside the original movie. VIP hotline. needs to chill a bit. It's not like you to joke around. They've not known each other for very long. It's already too late. Cool claw guy. An ultimate solution protocol. I mean, it's cool they're building up like a little mystery here, but with how some of the dialogue's been, I gotta wonder if it'll nail any kind of landing. Is the company the bad guy the whole time? I can't believe they had a goofy Elon Musk painting. Wait. Well, that's par for the course for Cyberpunk shit. Didn't Cyberpunk itself have a Cybertruck in it? Then they got rid of that too. This is a South Korean made game, so probably all just memes, especially 3 years ago. The thing about memes in your games, though, is they tend to age like fucking rotten ass milk. Okay. slang. Modern internet slang from 2-3 years ago. In my super futuristic otherworld cyberpunk game. I mean, is that better or worse than making up your own slang that just inserts in where normal slang would be? Freeway. Or the third way is what will it actually take. Sure, this will not work. I thought this was gonna like laser me. Just kind of telling me where to go. Three seconds of gameplay. What seed? Oof. Do we have to control her or something? Or do we need to go somewhere else? Waiting. It's got good presentation though. I mean, having these little cutaways with the sprites is cute too. I think the pace is kind of hurting. And like I said, some of the memes is a bit that much. Kind of put a new personality through quirkiness. It's good if you fly past those, you still get the benefits of them. Oh, I don't go to the right, I have to keep going. I see. Swung a little too wide there. I moved the stick at all? I thought you had to like let go of the button to actually launch off of shit. I think it's like if you just press any direction, I guess. Yeah, let's see. We'll test it again later. I don't know if there's secrets in this game. I'm not really looking. I'd rather kind of keep this movement going. You can take it in different directions. Ludicrous speed. Fancy. A good presentation. Surprised there's not many memes in the back here. You want to be a true Blade Runner inspired thing, you gotta have somebody in the makeup eating some shit, which they do. Look at every Blade Runner inspired thing. A hologram in the back. She's eating donuts in this though. Some living creatures. Oh, I'm sure it's not gonna be Sanabi. It's gonna be government or some shit. Piece of equipment. We're gonna get some upgrades. That'd be cool. That's how I'm gonna do about my food. I need to finish what I got, but I got an entire day's meal sitting in there. I will not survive for a few days. I become fat. Mock Hedgehog. We got Sonic, we got Zelda. Samurai. These are not as bad risk being in the game. Pixels. I'm a serious thief. I accidentally blew up those dinosaur balloons. It was bad. Oh, yeah. Oh my. Oh, this is a new tech, I wonder. Oh, okay, so now I can do that shit. It's an insta grab though. Well, that's a lot of new tech though, because you could just go straight through. Hey, thank you very much.
You son of a bitch.
3 months in advance too. I really appreciate that. Thank you kindly. Mr. Kings are tasty. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, you can buy apparently you can buy I've seen people do it before, yeah, or you can kind of buy like a year's worth or like certain amounts, a month's worth. I think they've just relabeled it. I think how it used to be, they would just say X and X bought like, you know, 6 months. But now they say it's in advance. I think it's because every month you can like resend the celebration. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Very generous, thank you. Someday I'll get those, it's funny, we've had sub forever, but I still use the star instead of the sub badges. At this point I could just pretend it's because that's the identity now. I'm no artist though. Super popular, yeah. Hacker, swordsman, cipher. If some of these are references, I'm not getting them. That was like a generic, juicy thing. real hacking tool. She's not very smart, is she? It just reminds him of something. Of course. Subtle. Bit. When are we gonna have robots walking around the streets? Delivering packages, man. I don't think we ever really would. I mean, they've already tried doing the drone thing like Amazon and stuff. Obviously, they stopped because of like, what was it? It was because of, I mean, obviously it's just not safe, but I think people were shooting them down, and then also like air traffic regulation type of shit. But that's funny, kind of like in the movies where they've got, like some human robot walking around, but realistically I don't think that ever happened. Obviously for other shit, but not much point in having things be human in looks. Unless they're operating like human machinery, I guess, right? It's not like it's super efficient for like heavy lifting. Like when people talk about tanks versus like a mech, why we would never use mechs, because like tanks are just like the treads and the way they're built just make way more sense, but I don't know. I mean, science fiction and all that stuff can drive innovation, I guess, right? It would be cool to have like a Gundam, I guess, but realistically it's probably that ain't gonna happen. And you can get moving so quick that you will not be ready to get blown up. I wish I had a little bit more zoom. Oh, mic stuck. And now that was all the way down there. Yeah, a little more zoom out would be nice. Once you really start building up speed, you kind of don't know what's coming. You get the sonic problemo. And there's quite a bit of zoom out already, but I don't want to have to slow down in a movement game too much. I don't think it's a big deal, but they want you just to time those? But literally shooting straight down. Weird. It's because when he like grapples to certain stuff that's too far away, he'll like kind of, I feel like, teleport himself over, and it's not always at like a straight angle. Not much I could do there. on the second hit. I think it's quicker to keep grappling though. That's death there. Just gonna keep bouncing. You gotta be careful if you accidentally press the stick or whatever, you go flying off. You let yourself fly off in a certain spot, it kind of just blows. That's where you can tell, you can like launch to shit that's not even like visible. And it's nice to be able to kind of like have long range to work the shit, but dude, the bounce when they shoot you is so bad. You can't get out, man. If you're trying to fall to get out, it'll keep bouncing you up. And it's essentially just a one shot that takes longer to get through. I mean, I get they don't want you to be able to like cheese through it or something, but at least we're getting some more spicy resistance obstacles here. Some new tech. Let's see. Our next good spot I'm actually gonna eat. I might even take the stream break for an hour or so. Knock off some heat a little bit. Fully autonomous city. Just gotta get fucked. looked like she would get destroyed just floating along slowly behind them, but they're only after the claw man in the gameplay. Dirty, filthy, and they should have Star Wars memes. Filthy mofos. I'm definitely not into the Kirk Chungus dialogue. I mean, there's definitely an endearingness to her, I suppose, but... And I am curious what the mystery they're going for is, but... There's definitely a bit of resistance there from me. You can really just teleport straight through shit. Nope, I thought we were supposed to be going down. We gotta do a little flippy do. Oof. God damn it. I was worried the bounce would get me killed there again. You can juke the laser at all? Probably not. Skip that entire deal. A little trick here. That's good. take a break after this. Dead ass. Not a boss. The mobility suit. I'm sure we'll be seeing. Alright. I'm taking that break. Thanks for watching, folks. I'd probably keep rocking. I mean, I might come back here in an hour or so and do some more, but take a little break. Really, the heat's not been too bad. It's enough that I need a little break, but I'm just gonna do some eating. Thanks again for subbing. Thank you guys for watching and chatting, as usual. Good times. Interesting this one is, but I was interested in playing it. Like I said, next up, I was hoping to do this one today to send it back, but we might do that Mario Kart series review, play-a-thon thing. Get that started. Not, maybe I'll do, see you guys.